Hey guys, Chase back, and I wanted to do update on the substrate. There's been there was somebody asking in the comments, hey, is there any updates to this, basically, and well, I figured I'd do one quick. The things I would do, the things I wouldn't do again. So as you can see, the S-Repens took off. Like, it is growing like wildfire. Matter of fact, all the plants in this tank are growing like wildfire. Now, I honestly think that this substrate was a great idea. And if anybody hasn't seen the first substrate video, I definitely recommend seeing it, but I'll do a small recap on it. Basically, I took an all-natural clay cat litter, just baked clay, okay, and I put a layer of that, a layer of laterite, which I used Seachem's Fluorite Red, which is extremely high in laterite. Put a big layer of that, another layer of the clay cat litter. I took my, oh, there's one of the Farlowellas, a catfish. I took my peat moss, which I only paid $1 per bag at the Dollar General. It's all organic potting soil. But as everybody knows, with a lot of potting soil, it's high in peat. Then I used a gravel cap. And the gravel came with the tank. I didn't use all of it. As a matter of fact, I wish I would have used a lot less. But so basically, the roots will go, like, hopefully you already have it planted down below the cap layer, right into the dirt. And then the roots will spread through the cat litter, the laterite, and the next layer cat litter. And one of the main reasons why I did this, okay, is in nature, okay, it's like a system, okay? Like, it decomposes up top, sinks down into the first layer, gets processed, sinks down into the next layer, and so on and so forth. Well, basically, that's what I was trying to recreate in the home aquarium. So basically, uneaten fish food or fish waste or whatever gets broken down here, sinks down, and so on and so forth. Now, when you put that plant in there, you're putting it basically just into the dirt substrate underneath the cap layer. So then those roots will spread, and as things decay, it releases different types of compounds that the plants can utilize. So it'll get most of its nutrients from the dirt layer. But then it'll also, like, it gets down into the clay areas, which will have a tighter holding grasp for the roots and stuff like that, along with other nutrients that sank down through for it to absorb. Because with a dirt substrate, it only holds nutrients for so long until the plants utilize everything that it can utilize from it. That's why I did the different cap layers, so that way it could keep replenishing the dirt layer of those nutrients, if that makes sense. So basically, it's like a staged substrate. And matter of fact, I even saw Lucas Bretz. He actually took yard dirt and put it into his tank and made what he called a dirt lasagna. It's basically the same thought process as this. Of course, I think I may have had my video out before I think I did this before he did his. But I didn't take yard dirt. I didn't utilize yard dirt. So basically, all of this is doing is recycling everything that gets put into the tank. Hence, one of the reasons why I think I don't have to do a whole lot of water changes, because everything is being utilized one way or another. Like, yeah, I still need to filtrate. Well, I might not even need filtration, but I like the water movement. I like having filtration. So that way, the nitrogen cycle happens. It turns everything, into nitrates, which the plants could absorb. But as the stuff's decaying, it's also getting absorbed by the plant roots. At least that's my thought process behind it. And this tank's been, what, running for 3+ years? Probably longer. I don't even remember, it's been so long. And I've only had one system, well, technically 2 system crashes. Both of those were my fault. The first one, well, I don't even like getting into it because I was stupid. Basically, the second one is because I added a bunch of medicines to the wire, which killed my nitrogen cycle. Once again, my fault. Both crashes happened because I destroyed the nitrogen cycle, basically. So, and as you can see, see if I can't get this to focus a little bit better. You can see the layers happening, decomposing, and it sinks down into the dirt, which right here is the line for the dirt. As you can see, it's still sinking down. Then it's going to get down into the clay areas. And these plants are going to utilize all that. Everything's healthy in here, thriving. I test my waters. And I will, matter of fact, if I have a clean test tube, nope, I don't right now. But my pH usually stays around 6.8 to 7.2, anywhere in that area. And a lot of that is mainly because of my city's water. It fluctuates. So that's one of the reasons why I tend not to do a whole lot of water changes, and I try to find a way around it. Because too much of a fluctuation of pH will stress and kill fish. I have taken notice, though, that whenever I do water changes, it does promote a lot of breeding behavior in some of these fish. Like my corridors, they love water changes. The tetras, they love water changes. The angelfish, the German blue rams. Whenever I do a water change, I will automatically promote more breeding than what is going on. But what I would do differently about this substrate if I were to do it again, which with the success I'm having, I'm going to. There's no doubt about it. I would use less of a cap layer. Because as you can see over here, compared to over here, you can see how far the dirt's up. Here, it's really thick on the top layer. And you can see all that decaying sediment right there. And that's eventually going to sink down into the dirt layer. And this is basically what people call mulm. It's inert. It basically turned decaying waste into dirt. And that mulm will still have the nutrients in it for a lot of your plants. But I would definitely use less of a cap layer. Like you can see right here, like this is all new growth that shot off from some of the other ones. These roots aren't hitting the dirt layer yet. Where over here, you can clearly see it's all the way into the dirt. So my suggestion, if anybody tries to do this setup, use maybe a 1/4 of an inch cap, maybe a little bit deeper. You'll have better success than what I have. But you can tell as soon as those roots hit that dirt layer, boom. It looks like he found a shrimp. Didn't get it though. Or a baby fish. One of the two. But yeah, I mean, that's the update. I mean, it's doing great. Matter of fact, when I pulled out the Pobox to put the the bushier structures, and when I pulled that up, you can see like a lot of the sediment that's down there come up with it, and those roots basically grabbed it like a ball. So yeah, I guess that's my update. Sorry it's long-winded and everything, but I just wanted to make sure I got as much information in there as I possibly could. So anyway guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Later.